Do you like supporting artists? Do you like nerdy things like Dungeons and Dragons? Then Co-op Creations SD is the store for you. You can find adorable dragons, menacing mind flayers, and jealous jelly cubes to accompany you on your adventures. Need a way to safely transport your math rocks? Then their homemade dice bags will keep your click-clacks warm. Stop on by their Etsy page soon, as stock is limited.
And welcome to Season 2 of Campaigns of the Plains. Oh my god, we're back! So, this season, as you can notice, there are some changes. Unfortunately, or fortunately for them, Matt and Travis have moved, so we have them via remotes. And we've also gained a new player. This is Paige. So, yes. As you can see, we also have a new setup. So it may change, it may not. We're going to experiment.
I don't know if anything looks different
I'll
on
be
camera.
like college again.
Well, it definitely does.
Oh, does it? Oh, because there's three.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so this season we will be doing a Final Fantasy themed D&D. So,
I didn't get that one.
if you guys won't mind sticking with us here, we are going to do some homebrew stuff. There's homebrew classes, homebrew monsters. If you like homebrew, you like Final Fantasy, you're gonna love this season. So, stick with us. So, shall we get started?
Wait, do we have any announcements? Panic announcements. No?
Welcome to Season 2.
Yeah. Follow us on all of our things.
So, this world is known as Pandiel, and the country that we will be visiting is known as Alexandria. Within Alexandria, there are 4 city-states. Right now, we are going to be focused on the most central one. We have the capital, Ottawas. And we open on the 5th sun, the 3rd umbral moon. Layman's terms, it's about June 5th. The day is just starting out here as the sun crests over the hills of hollowed out volcanic crater where the city of Ottawas resides. And from the north, through the north gates, a couple of figures are traveling along the road southward to reach Ottawas. And we will start over here with Alicia.
No! Why am I first? Okay. Yes?
So why don't you introduce us to your new character?
Oh, no. Okay. Okay, well, I wrote it down. So I wouldn't nervous forget anything.
Like you are right now?
Yeah. I'm nervous. New character, who this? Okay. Do you want me to do, like, a full introduction, like, name and everything? And, like, description, or?
Yeah, give us your character's name and physical description.
Okay, cool. I feel like... Okay, my character's name is Elspeth Moonwish. She is a Vera, which is like, if you don't know Final Fantasy, it's a bunny person. She got big bunny ears. And she's a fledgling summoner. She's very tall, like 6'7". That does not include ear height, nor does it make up for the 3-inch like combat stilettos she's got rocking, because Vera wear heels, so they walk on the balls on their feet. They walk on her toes. And she is from the forest. You can tell that she's lived a pretty like what's the word I'm looking for? Reclusive life out in the woods. All of her clothes look kind of handmade, and she's wearing like a really large traveler shawl that's like loosely tied in the front, and it looks hand woven, like somebody hand knit this thing for her, or she did. Who knows? But underneath it, she's got a really long dress that has slits up the side, like really high slits up the side, and then it's belted with just like a woven fabric belt that has a bunch of like decorative pieces hanging from it, like feathers and like beads and things like that. And then the top is a halter with like a deep V2, and then it's backless. And on her back, she's got a really large tattoo of a tree. And she has really long auburn hair that she wears up in a, like, I call it like a faux hawk, so it's braided, like a French braid, but it's like poofed out, and she's got wisps of hair like hanging loose, kind of like it's windswept, like she's been traveling a lot. And then she does have, like I said, like heeled boots, but they're very like, they're not made to look fancy, they're made to look practical. That's just how her shoes need to be for her to wear shoes. Yeah. Description. I think I got everything. Descriptive.
So you've joined one of the traveling caravans that has come from beyond the mist. As people from your neck of the woods, there are quite a number of people who escort people from beyond the mist. Now, our world is filled with a substance known as the mist. It separates countries, and it is actually the source of many fiends or monsters within the world. And to travel through it, one must either spend a lot of money or be very lucky. One of those such travelers is Paige.
Oh, no. Okay.
Why don't you give us a description of your character?
I have a girl named Fenedin, and she is a Drea. She's like really short. She's like, I put 4'8", so pretty short. She's got 2 horns that go like straight up, and then she's got bat wings that are metallic, like a brassy metallic, with a tail that's also brassy metallic. She's got kind of purplish hair, and she's got a bunch of bracelets on one of her wrists, and she's kind of like in like leather clothes, just basic stuff.
You, having traveled from about 2 countries away, have traveled through this and spent quite a bit of money that was given to you to travel, and you're down to what you have in your inventory now, which isn't much by standards, but the traveling group in this particular country has been very accommodating for you, as opposed to the other countries, and especially one such very tall Vera, who kind of has been shying away from you at first, and shying away from everybody at first, but you eventually see that she draws interest while you guys are traveling to your companion. If you want to go ahead and describe your companion as well.
Alright, I have a little flying snake with me, and his name is Dirk.
What color is Dirk?
I will say blue.
Blue?
He's like a light blue.
Okay.
With wings. He's flying.
So...
He hisses.
So Elspeth, you see this very short Gria. Well, you've seen Gria. They're very rare, at least, especially in the woods. And, she immediately draws your notice because of the metallic-y wings, but especially because there seems to be a little face poking out of her closed leg, moving around and, like, hissing at anybody that comes near. Mm-hmm. This little Gria. It's kind of adorable. So, you guys have about a day's travel left for Autolus. I'm imagining that at some point in time, you guys notice each other start to talk a little bit. Because out of this group, you are 2 out of the 3 females that are traveling within this group. So, there is also actually an older furball woman that is traveling with you from the forest as well. she has this kind of not blue, but like cobalt complexion to her. And she's kind of hunched over on a staff, and she has this graying, kind of salt and pepperish hair that's just pulled back with a leather tie. And she's kind of been motherly to both of you. You can easily tell, Elspeth, that she is a druid of some sort, so...
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you guys are probably the closest in age, but most of the males that are traveling with you are merchants, or they're the guard.
Mm-hmm.
And the guard, Elspeth, you would know this. The guard is known as the Tree Speakers, and they are the ones that guard the main roads, guard the forest from fiends, especially at the gate through the mist. But you know that they wear wooden masks to mask their identity, and they wear this kind of brown leather armor that almost looks like it has been painted to look like tree bark. And when one of them does go off to scout, they disappear.
That's cool.
Besides to give instructions, they don't talk to you at all. It is a very quiet journey besides a couple of the merchants that kind of look down upon both of you as they are very finely dressed and not having any of your peasantry.
Dipshit.
I don't know that anything's wrong.
You guys stop for the night, and the purple woman, she is the one basically cooking for you guys, as she is very happy to share. Most it's vegetarian.
Perfect.
The Tree Speakers do offer meat, but she's like, oh, we don't need it. We're fine, thank you.
What's her name?
Are you asking her?
Excuse me. What's your name?
My name is Maya Beth.
Could I help you with any cooking?
Oh, no, dear, thank you. I've been doing this for many years, so I'm fine.
Okay.
I sit back down.
Yeah, so you and the Greer are kind of sitting there waiting for your food in silence. And that's when you notice the little snake pop its head out at you and
It just
does a couple of tongue flicks.
It looks like I'm staring at you, but I'm actually staring at the snake, but it's uncomfortable eye contact. I'm not saying anything, I'm just looking. And then I just hold my hand out and I'm like, come here, precious, it's okay. Come here.
Me?
What?
Are you talking to me?
No. Why would I be talking to you?
Who's you talking to?
The creature.
Oh, Dirk! Okay. What are you feeding him?
Does he like figs?
Probably.
Oh. What does he like?
Probably meat.
Oh, I don't have that. Can I pet him?
You can try.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me an animal handling check.
Oh, God.
First roll.
Okay. Okay.
This is setting the tone for the whole campaign.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, God, I rolled a 19 on the die! That's a 22.
22. So you've never seen anybody else that has even been able to come close to Dirk.
Dirk's kind of mean, but I guess not.
He does that hiss thing, but you see this Vera girl not even draw back even a little bit. She just puts her hand out a little bit further, and he does a little tongue flick, and then he's like, fine. And he just kind of turns his head and allows you to scritch under his neck.
The snakes are always my favorite.
Seems he's fine with you, so I guess.
He is not that fearful. Now, lions, tigers, bears, they're scary.
I'd love to see them.
Well, I can show you them.
Wait, really?
Sure. Well, not right now. Oh, probably not right now. Where are we?
You guys...
She says it out loud as she looks around really confused.
part of the character. Okay, I like it. So yeah, you look around, and the tree speakers have stopped you just before the forest ends. You can actually see in the distance the side of the mountain that creates the crater of Autolus, and you see on the crater itself there are watchtowers that have been lit. So there are a couple of beacons.
I don't think there are bears here.
Have you ever played with a bear?
Yes.
No way. Have you wrestled with a bear?
No, why would I wrestle the bears?
It's
I have
hard.
played with the cubs. They're very friendly.
The best part is when you pick them up and you suplex them.
What?
Yes.
Why? Why?
So they can be your friend. How else do you make them your
My
friend?
friends let me ride them sometimes, but not suplex them.
You don't wrestle them?
I don't even think I could pick one up. I'm not very strong.
I'd give it a try.
We will have to find a bear in the town.
Oh my god.
Do you think there are bears in the town?
Oh my god.
I don't know. I have actually no idea.
Bear bar. There's a bear bar.
So
We
my
will have
Beth
to look for a bear.
brings you over a couple of bowls of some stew with some hearty roots and some beans that she's and it smells delicious. I mean, for not having meat, then it does smell delicious.
Okay.
You guys partake in. Eventually, you start to talk, get to know each other a little bit, whatever you decide to share. But the head tree speaker says it's only going to be about a day until we reach our destination. Why do you have your hand up?
Are there bears?
In the forest?
No, in the town.
I do not know. We do not go into the town.
I'll let you know.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. I'll let you know.
All right.
I'm gonna wrestle the bear.
I would like to watch that.
So, the very next day you guys rest. The very next day, you travel along, you come out of the forest just before the mountain, and you see as the tree speaker, the head tree speaker, waves up to the guards, and there's a little,
I literally, as he's waving at them, I'm like, because he's waving, so I'm waving at them too.
he's giving a signal.
I don't know that.
doing,
I'm waving.
this, and you're waving next to him, and he just kind of turns his head towards you, and you don't see his expression because it's underneath a mask, but you can feel
Mother always taught me it was nice to be polite.
sure. And he just kind of motions towards the, so there's this giant metal portcullis in the side of the mountain that is being opened for you guys. So, you travel into the portcullis through the mountain for probably about an hour. But the way is well lit, and there's actually, you see a number of rooms dotted along that might have had provisions, places for the soldiers to sleep. You do see in a couple of the open doorways there are stairs leading up into probably the further reaches of the mountain, probably the watchtowers that you saw. But yeah, you step out into the sun of the mid-morning, and you finally see the city of Autolus probably less than 2 miles away, and it sits atop this little stand, and you see that it is a walled city, but there are buildings outside, and the city itself, you can almost hear the din of people moving from here, which you two have not been from larger cities before. This is jarring. This is a metropolis compared to where both of you have come from. And so you see a number of silver spires in the middle of the city that shoot up within, the hundreds of feet. And you see as the sun shines off of gold and silver, and you see the wall and guards walking across it, and you can almost hear the people from this distance.
I think this might be more people than I've seen in my entire life.
Same.
Okay. I don't know what your plans are in the city, but would you mind spending time with me? I don't want to get lost.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Maybe we'll find that bear.
That.
So you enter, you climb the stairs on the side of the mountain up to the city itself. And this is where I will actually drop the picture in our chat real quick here.
Cheers.
So you guys can see the city of Aros.
You mean in the Facebook chat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
It's like, where?
When it comes, I guess.
There it goes.
There we go. You guys are coming, the guards that have kind of motioned you into the city along the way, have told you that you're approaching the city from the north way. And you see a number of buildings along this side. Most of them seem to be like stableries or places to trade grain.
Are there horses?
There are horses.
I start wandering towards a horse.
Okay. Yeah.
I wander
She
away.
wanders off.
I'll go with. I'm curious.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there are a number of stables here. You pick the nearest one, and you see a couple of them are being groomed and attacked for travel.
If there are any people with the horse, I don't even look at them. I walk past them and I start petting the horse.
There's a very large Rothgar male that's been grooming like this really big Clydesdale-style horse.
I don't pay any attention to him as a horse.
He looks down and he's like, can I help you?
Who are you?
I'm the stable hand. Who are you?
Oh, I'm petting the horse.
Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm petting the horse.
Oh. Oh, I think I misunderstood. I'm Elspeth.
All right, nice to meet you, Elspeth. Petting the horse.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. And then I just turn away from him and keep petting the horse.
So
How
yeah,
strong is your horse?
he's a pretty big stud. He can usually carry a whole cart himself.
On his back? That seems very cruel. You should be ashamed of yourself.
He just kind of looks up at the horse, and you can see him picturing the horse carrying a cart on his back. And he's like, "No, I don't think that's how that works."
Did you wrestle him to the ground?
He looks at the horse, and you see him at first look at it why would I run? And then there's this moment of tension between him and the horse, and he's like, "I can take him."
Where are you taking him?
I think he's tacked to go out the north gate.
Weren't we with somebody?
Weren't we following someone? Is this horse bothered by my snake?
No, he's already got the blinders on, so he doesn't really notice much. He's also has a bag of feed on his mouth. He's much more interested in that. He's getting scrooches from Elspeth, but he's way more interested in feed.
I craft a tiny flower and I hand it to the Rothgar.
Oh, thank you. And he looks where to set it down, and then he just puts it in his ear and goes back to brushing the horse.
Were we following someone?
I'll just follow you. I saw a horse. I like horse. Horse cool.
Did we have to stay with those people in the carts?
I don't give a shit.
Do you know your way around the city?
No.
Okay. No. Well, let's just walk in a direction then.
Yeah, sounds good.
And he's like, if you're going to the city, the gate's over that way.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Let's go that way.
Alright.
And then, what?
Bap the horse in the nose.
Bap the horse on the nose.
What's
Do the
the
kind of,
what's the saying like they did in 10 where when the summoners were may God be with you or whatever. What's the saying here?
for the church?
Yeah.
They say go with the faith.
Oh, okay. I say that to him.
Okay. So, you guys continue onward, and you get to the gate, and the guards stop you and say, Halt! What's your business in the city?
I'm looking at a bird flying around.
Oh no.
Look at it. It's magnificent.
She's simple.
What?
We're looking for bears.
Oh, yes. Do you have bears?
I don't know if the circus is still in town. It might be.
What's a circus?
It's a traveling show with animals and clowns and magic tricks.
What's a clown?
And you see this guard like kind of shudder.
Well, we were with a group. A caravan?
Merchants already went inside.
I know. We saw a horse. I had to pet it.
There are many horses outside in the stables.
There are? We only saw one.
There's plenty more to wrestle.
And the guard just looks at you like...
I crack my knuckles.
Oh, we just need to get into the town, into the city, into the gate.
Right, well, pay your tithes
Into the
be on your way.
I have no money.
What's a tide?
It's a tithe, not a tide.
Like
Like an offering for entering the city.
Oh.
And what are you holding out?
I only have gold coins.
Well, how much are you holding out?
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay, they take it and they are like, for both?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
You see that these guards, they're all mostly in plain clothes, but there is one like a little bit further back in the gate, and they are wearing a type of uniform. They have like a small hat cape that goes down their back that is red with a symbol that you recognize, Elspeth, from the Church of the Faith. It is a circle with a crystal in the middle. So you see that, you immediately recognize him because I believe your mother was one. They are the Guardians.
I think that man might be able to help us.
Sure.
Okay.
You see them take the coin and they drop it over in an offering box, similar to the ones you've seen in the bigger cities. So they uncross their spears that they have and they allow you into the city. Are you approaching this gentleman? Okay. He is just a human, but he looks to be like short hair, very short cropped. He's got a little bit of graying going through here, but he has red hair, not unlike somebody you once knew.
I'm just staring at him quizzically.
He's standing at like a small desk, like with a quill and ink and a parchment in front of him, and he's like facing a wall, not really like paying attention. He's like counting some tidings that they've gotten already, and like he's just sitting there writing and like adding, and then he feels your presence more than sees you, and he like turns around and then looks up at you because he's only about 6 foot, and he's like, "May I help you, ma'am?"
You have lovely hair.
Thank you. That's all? Be on your way, citizen.
Compliment her back.
I'm a married man, thank you.
I don't care.
You have very nice ears, ma'am.
Oh, I grew them myself.
Oh What?
Right. Is there anything I could actually help you with?
I need a summon. They need to start at the... Where's the church?
It's in the center of the city.
Where's
You're looking
the
for
center
temple.
of the city?
He leads you out to the gate, and he points off to kind of the right, and you see this, like, Gothic, Neolithic structure. Almost looks like it shines like ivory, with silver spires. And you see, as he points to this particular building, and he's like, the main church is there.
What's the place called where you can talk to the dead people?
The far plane?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so then she'll be like, is the far plane there too?
No, the far plane is in the center of the city, the Spire of the Dead.
I thought the church was in the center of the city.
The church is not in the direct center, but it is within the walled area beyond.
I think I'll remember that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Be careful, both of you.
Are there bears?
I don't know if the circus is in town.
What is a circus? What is a circus? Is that the
Marcus, is the circus? And he looks back to the guard and he's like, you like the circus. Is it still in town? He's like, I don't know.
Maybe that's like the bear den name.
Yes. Let's go.
I would go to a alpaca circus. That does track.
Alright, so
Right
you
sound.
guys...
I walk towards the far plane. I start heading in the direction
So
he
you head
pointed me.
straight into the center of the city.
Sure.
Once you get through the gate, the people are thick here. Like, you have to squeeze between people to get anywhere.
Two C's thick?
What's that?
Two C's. Two
Lots of
C's
K's.
thick.
Two Q's thick.
Oh, it's Q's now.
Yeah. Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
Oh. 2 packs.
Exactly. 2 packs and only like half a cup of water.
Yeah, no water. Oh, dry.
But yes, there are a number of races here. Some you haven't seen before, some that are large, some that are small. You see a number of people, like just a mass amount of blending of the races here. All of them loud, going about their business. It is loud here for you too.
Take my ears and I like put them down like this, and then I hold them to the side of my head.
Okay.
And I just look at you and I look terrified.
Every time somebody touches me with their shoulder or whatever, I flap my wings at them.
And you
You make a noise too.
It hits at them too. So yeah, as you guys are traveling,
So I'm just walking around holding the tips of my ears. Just like terrified.
as you guys are traveling into the city, like I said, people are just bumping into you left and right.
Every time somebody bumps into me, I go, I'm sorry, excuse me.
I'm getting angrier. I hate it.
One such individual, this very large, masked individual, he's got hair on his arm, and he's kind of standing at a stoop, and he has these giant horns that come out back like this, and he has a mask, and he has a number of beads that are like attached to the mask, and a number of painted symbols on his mask that you don't quite recognize, and he like bumps into both of you, like knocking you over, like not even giving a care in the world, and he just keeps kind of walking.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was in the way.
No, I'm not happy.
You're not happy with
No.
that? Okay.
I'm gonna go after him.
You're gonna go after him.
Wait, don't leave me. I'm gonna get lost.
I'm gonna drag you by the arm.
Wait, no, but
back
wait.
toward him.
We gotta go that way.
Alright, so you're getting dragged along, and what are you saying to this individual as you're trying to catch up to him?
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Oh, such violence.
And he just kind of, like, he looks back, but he doesn't look down, and he, like,
Just sees me?
How big are his horns?
you're getting drug on the ground unless you stand
Oh,
up.
I stand up.
He's
Yeah.
got, like a pretty big, like, elk rack style set of horns that are going
Definitely gonna try and yank one down.
I'll like stand up and like dust myself off while this is
like
happening behind me.
6'8", almost 6'9",
You can fly.
even like hunched over.
I'm gonna grab one.
Alright, so
What are you
go ahead and
doing?
make me an athletics check to try to
boy.
climb this individual. He's like looking around, but not down.
Fenadin?
18.
18?
Yeah.
So you reach up and your little frame like pulls him down and he's like, what?
Watch where you're going.
Oh, sorry little ones, the city's so busy, you just have to kind of go with the flow of traffic.
I'm still holding my ears in panic state.
Miss, you look like you lost something back there, as he points to you.
What did I lose?
You look down and you see that, like, there are a number of items that you keep on your person, and they've kind of been scattered along the ground.
Oh no!
You look like back at your backpack, and you see that it is open. Like the bottom part has been opened.
What? Oh no!
Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Investigation check?
Ah, the tourist where they cut open a bottle.
16!
16? Yeah, it's a clean blade stroke through this. It's right along the seams of the bottom of the backpack, but it's done by a blade.
Let's go pick it up. Before anyone takes it, any of the stuff on the ground.
I'll go and gather my things.
So you start gathering in a panic. There's something missing.
What's missing?
Horn.
What's wrong?
My horn's gone.
And this giant creature that you guys bumped into comes over and starts like helping you, trying to pick things up.
My horn's gone.
You have a horn?
Yes. My summoner horn.
Oh, and he's like, he immediately makes the like sign for the Church of the Faith, which they take their hands and they do this, and they put it on their chest and they bow towards you.
Yeah, okay, but my horn's gone! And I get, like, heightenedly loud.
And he's like, I think I saw a bunch of kids behind you. I thought they were yours.
Which way did they go? Did you see it?
And he, like, points more towards, like, the west.
I'm going that way.
Alright.
I'll leave you behind. I'm going.
I follow you.
I'm pissed. Let's go.
I'm slightly agitated.
Alright, so you pick your stuff up. Your backpack is now open, and he says, wait, I want to pay you back here. I feel really bad. And he immediately, like, looks around, and he, like, waves down a cart, like a small cart that's being dragged along. And it's one of those very small, like, 4-person, like, carts. And this is the first time you hear a very familiar Final Fantasy sound. And you hear, as you see a big blue, or a big yellow bird-like creature.
I forget that everything's missing, and I'm like,
It's a chocobo.
it's a chocobo. I just go up and pet it.
And he just kind of rustles his neck a little bit.
Is this your bird?
No, it's the driver's. The taxi.
Oh, you're a... Wait,
He points up to
so it's his bird.
it's her bird.
Her bird.
And you see a little Mikote woman sitting on the driver's seat of this carriage, and she says, where are you all going? And he's like, west, that way. She's like, okay.
We're following children. They stole my summoner horn.
He like... if you haven't noticed, this guy is a Gira that is with you, and he, like, helps you guys up into the carts, and when he gets up into it, it, like, sinks down a little bit, and the bird, like, is like, a little bit. But he, as you guys start, like, going along, the cart takes off at a really good pace for a bird pulling you along, not a horse. And he immediately, like, digs into his side satchel, and he whips out a thread and a needle, and he's like, can I fix your bag?
Oh, that would be so kind.
And he immediately starts diligently going and stitching this bag. For such a giant man, he's quite dexterous.
People here are so friendly.
No, not really.
I was mad at him so ago. I just thought like...
So you guys take off to the west in the carts. That is where we will skip over to the east. So it's been a few days that you have been on the road, Matt. If you would like to give us a description of your character.
Sure. My name is Milos Novak. I am male Hrothgar. Let me grab the description. I have golden short fur with black and white stripes throughout. I have a long, thick gold mane with long head hair and a short chin beard. I have large protruding horns that kind of sweep back over the top of my head and curve and point up at the end. and I have my tail is probably sticking out of my robe that I'm wearing. You can, if someone were behind me, they'd see my tail has just a black tuft at the end, which is unusual because usually it matches your mane. But I am also wearing like dark maroon robes, and I have a large quarterstaff that I use as a walking stick. I stand about 6'2" when I'm with my walking stick, but I'm definitely like hunched over a bit. Yeah,
So,
that's it.
you left your village, going to the capital to seek some aid from the capital itself, and you have all the paperwork and everything. The really bad part about traveling through Rubus's desert is that you definitely need a caravan to travel along, and somebody that's going to have enough water for you guys to make it to the capital. So you two are traveling via caravan, and you are unfortunately joined along the travel by another Hrothgar, Bork. He seems to be leaving, and he won't really give any clue as to why. He doesn't talk to you, but he shoots you glances every once in a while. He'll speak up to rib you every once in a while, but he won't talk to you in most cases. And he just shoots you dirty glances the entire time. At one of the stops, you guys actually pick up somebody that had been traveling through the desert alone, and you see this figure approach the caravan and ask directions from the head of the caravan, and they offer for them to travel with you. Travis, why don't you go ahead and describe your character?
So I'm Becky Blaze. Becky is about 5'5", fairly slender build. She has dark black hair and this bright green skin. She has horns that protrude out the front of her head and wrap around almost like a circlet around her head. And they're these dark onyx. Along with her scaling, you see spattered across her body that have these dark black sheen to them. And she's wearing kind of this bodice that have like black and crimson notes to it, and she's wearing a matching skirt and boots to match, and she kind of saunters around with. She seems a bit timid right now, especially approaching this very large city. And she seems kind of reserved, and anyone watching might notice that she doesn't quite interact a lot with the other people.
So, you see this figure, Milos, approach the caravan, and she seems like she's traveled for quite some time, and the caravan is you take care of yourself, we have the water kind of, and we take care of any fiends that come along kind of caravan. It doesn't seem that this particular person had a knowledge of maybe the direction to go. That's why they approached the caravan. The caravan did offer for her to join the caravan as well. So you guys are a couple of days out from the city yet. So there is a bit of traveling together. The caravan itself is full of different personalities, we will say. As there are a number of people selling goods, but you see a few people, humanoid looking, with goggles that will cover their eyes in the sand when the sand whips up. And you see them carrying very large packs and cases, which they will not put on the caravans, wagons at all. They keep them fairly close to themselves. Milos, you know these people. You know what they're taking into the city, and if they get caught with it, well, you know. But good luck to them because, that's not any of your business. And they definitely are not talking to anybody else. They are talking in a dialect that seems like common. You know the dialect. You don't know the language. You know they speak it amongst themselves. But it is not anything that any of you understand. So really the only choice of conversations at this point are Boric, these particular people with these cases, which will probably shun you. Not shun, but definitely not partake in conversation with you. Or this new arrival.
Asked Boric already, or even talked to Boric already, I would approach him and say something like, "It's been a long time since I've seen you, thankfully. But why leave now? Are you heading to the city to sightsee?"
It's none of your business. By the time I'm done with it, your family will be ruined.
Good to know. Thanks. Good talking to you, Boric. I will. Oh, nice talking to you too. Okay. And I look over at you. And you are
Who wants to know, tall guy?
Omilos. And I hand my giant paw hand out to you to shake.
You're cute. Becky.
Becky.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Becky.
And I'm kind of flipping through a black book that I have, and I'm like, yeah, same.
What do you got there?
Oh, just some light reading.
Oh, what's it about?
Revenge, mostly.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. That's nice.
Oh, I think there's going to be a twist at the end.
The best stories always do. What language is that? I don't recognize that.
Oh, I didn't at first, but it just kind of called to me, you know?
Oh, okay. That's, let me double check. It's not a lot. Celestial, common, orc, geometric. That's it.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, this is very strange writing to you. It's very ominous writing. At least the symbols seem like they're like almost carved into the paper of the book instead of, written free-handedly. They're very sharp, very jagged symbols.
Huh. That type of language in my studies.
Pretty unique.
Yeah. Where'd you get it?
Friend of mine. I was hanging at her place for a while, and I got tired of that little town, so I borrowed this and hit the trail.
Huh. That sounds nice. What brings you to town? You just want to get away from your friend, or?
Oh, no. I hear there's tons of other books out there with even better stuff in it.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's dozens of books. I've read, what type of genres do you like?
Oh,
Like fantasy, like history?
Oh, no, the last fantasy I read was my final one. I tend to lean towards real life application anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'm aspiring to learn more about the universe and what makes it tick and how I can control it.
Oh, you mean like the elements and the earth and the nature and everything? Like how it all works together, and
In a manner of speaking.
oh yeah, have you ever heard of geomancy by chance?
I'm not familiar.
Well, a lot of my clan are geomancers. We use the earth to kind of help us with spells.
Oh,
Our environment around us. It's quite interesting. We helped make an oasis. It was fascinating.
that is fascinating. Well, I'm more of a mage.
So that's like your spell book, right?
Yeah, it's I guess I'm a black mage.
why you gotta add color to it? I mean, is it just because your aesthetic is very dark colors, or
Yeah, it looks good on me.
I would agree. I mean, the
Yo, are you trying to hit on me?
no, I'm good.
Ugh. So how much longer to the city?
I think it's a couple days.
Oh my god. My hair's getting frizzy.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm sorry that it's hot. I mean,
Yeah, it'd be better if there was like, I don't know, cloud or two. I don't know.
well, I mean, I can't make any clouds necessarily, but I can only make things a little hotter. Unfortunately, sorry.
Oh, super.
I know. I'm sure that's not much help, but anyway, should we try and talk to the Albed, or they probably won't talk back? And Boric over there is definitely not fun to talk to.
What's up with big, tall, and brooding?
Oh, Boric, we've known each other for most of our lives. He's not a fan of me. He just doesn't. Him and I just don't get along.
Oh.
We have different ideals, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a dick.
Mm-hmm. I think I know what you mean. Well, and what's with these guys? They all have their little boxes.
They are. You know that some stuff is like not allowed in the city, right?
Let's pretend I don't.
Okay. Well, there are things that are not allowed in the city. I'm not going to say what they are specifically because I don't want them to hear me. But it's like technology, that type of stuff,
Like a fishing rod or.
No, think like bigger. And I'll like make sure I'm without of earshot and try and whisper. But I'll say it out loud, obviously, so you can hear. Machina. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, Machina.
No, just quiet.
Machina.
Yes, quiet. We don't.
All of the Albed look at you guys like.
God damn it!
Yeah, we had Machina all over back home.
Maybe don't say that word. It's very dangerous. Not being allowed in the city and all.
Yeah, right, totally.
So okay, that's probably what they have.
Oh, okay.
So maybe don't snitch them out.
Bitch, I'm no snitch.
Oh, that's good. I appreciate being able to keep a secret. I have a friend of mine who works with Machina, and I don't know much about it. It's like foreign to me, but he's really good at it. But he's kind of showed me a couple things and how dangerous they can be.
Cool.
So you guys talk for a couple of days. We'll keep moving the scenario here. You have time to talk.
Well, it seems like he talks for several days.
Sorry.
But you guys eventually, on the second day, reach the side of the mountain. Maybe not for you, Miles. I mean, it is impressive, but you like the oasis back home. But Becky, this is definitely the first time that you've seen a city of this size. Once you guys get through the mountain itself, you see the same things. A couple of watchtowers, the iron portcullis. You see a number of guards as well, and they walk you the rest of the way to the city and greet you to the Sun Gates. There is a number of buildings outside of the wall on this side, once you make your way upwards. This side seems to be mostly farm area. There are a number of smaller houses, number of farms. When you approached, you saw that most of the earth up to this place was being tilled or being grown with something. Number of farmers out there, but you reach the gates. The guards do stop you and ask you what your business is in the city.
My friend and I come to ask for aid from, I'm guessing the Faith are in charge. So the Order of the Faith?
Probably from the church.
Yes. We come to ask for aid because there are some issues back home and we would like some help.
If you have any work to do with the church, let's see your paperwork.
Oh, and then, as soon as he's talking, I start digging out the paperwork and hand it to him. I'm sure it's covered in dust and sand, and it's definitely not clean. But here you go.
Yeah, there's a number of scrolls. One wrapped within another one. The one on the inside is sealed with the royal crest. And the one around the outside is for instructions for guards that may need to know information. So it's just lightly wrapped in a ribbon. And they undo it and they read it and they say, "Oh, very sorry." And they uncross their spears and you see them taking tithes from the other members of your caravan, not from the two of you. And they say, "Welcome to the city. Please enjoy your stay."
And I give them a slight nod as I walk past them.
Thanks, handsome.
So you walk into the city, and this is the first time again, Becky, this hits you. There is a number of people here, like a throng of diversity here on this side of town. This side of town is a little more what you might say like the shop side. So you guys are seeing a number of shops and taverns and a number of places to purchase things, goods, market stalls, that kind of thing. And you see that there is a larger gathering area where there sits a fountain. Most of the stalls are there. And you kind of approach it just to kind of get your bearings within the city because this is the first time that you both have been here. And then suddenly, Milos, you feel this shoulder in your back. Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
I'm making out my D20. Oh, that's pretty good. 18 plus, you said athletics? 3, it's 21.
21? So you don't fall over, but you get this giant shove in your back, and you lose everything that is on your person, and you see, as you kind of look back, like, who the hell, you see as Bork is going past you, and he says, "Good luck, runt."
And I curse under my breath in Leonin, which I don't know why I don't know that language, but on my character sheet. But
shoot, no, Leonin, yeah.
I don't. Anyway, so I curse under my breath in Leonin, and say something like, "I fucking hate the day we met," and just start scrambling, grabbing my quarterstaff and my bag, and just start putting all the papers back and my belongings. Keeping my eye out around me, kind of making sure that no one's trying to steal anything or making sure I'm not being watched or anything by anybody around.
So you're going to pick everything up, and there is this stranger that approaches you, and he says, in Leonin to you, he says, "Well, that wasn't very nice of him," as he kind of leans over and starts to help you pick things up and put things in your bag.
Do I recognize this person?
No, mostly because he's wearing a half mask. He is in this dark red cloak with kind of a gold trim and accents of blue kind of woven into different areas of it. His mask kind of comes to a point at his nose, and the mask itself is white with like black trimmings, and he has his hood up as he is helping you put things in your bag.
Is he like a humanoid? Like what?
He's definitely a humanoid. You see from the bottom of his face that, he definitely is more humanoid than anything. He has this very short cropped, kind of blonde but going into white, kind of short cropped beard.
As I'm like putting my things away and taking the things he's handing me, I stand up and look at him. Have we met? Thank you. I wasn't expecting such hospitality in the city. What's your name?
The last thing that the two of you, while you're speaking, the last thing that the two of you, you go to reach for, but he actually reaches it first, is the scroll with the seal on it.
Okay.
And he kind of turns and looks at it a little bit, and he says, "Oh, I've traveled quite a bit in my time, getting on in my years, but I've definitely been to the Oasis."
Have we met?
I've not met you, but I've met your aunt.
Oh, everyone's met my aunt.
What is that?
Oh, everybody's met her.
She's. I'm sure you have. She is a very important woman. But what? How did you know who I was?
I don't. I'm sorry, I haven't met your acquaintance yet. But I had only assumed, since you were carrying the sigil, that she would only entrust it to family.
That's fair. And I dust myself up and try and take the paper back from him.
He's about to hand it to you. He's about to hand it to you when both of you see a number of people suddenly running, and you see a bunch of small children rush past you, and one of them snatches the scroll from his hand, and he's looks all of a sudden, and he's
hate kids.
What? Stop them! And you see as this cart comes barreling down the streets, and it is a chocobo pulled cart, and the two of you see three people in the back of it. One very large Gareth male who, Milos, you'd definitely be familiar with the Gareth folk. Becky, you see a familiar race in the back of the car. Not too thrilled to see this person, or disdain, what have you. But you also see another figure, and the giant Garrett male is after them, and the crowd is trying to part for the chocobo, but the crowd is thick here, so you guys actually get slowed down a little bit here in front of this shop.
Is it open the carriage or whatever?
What's
I'm
that?
still
Yeah, it's an open carriage.
I halfway hang out and get the fuck out of
I'm
my
still
way.
holding my ears down, looking fearful. I probably make eye contact with one of them with help me eyes.
And that is, we'll stop there for a second. It's been a pretty slow day at the Forge. Not too much excitement. But you hear that the hammer has stopped, and all of a sudden, your father comes in, and he says, "We've got maybe one of the most important orders we've ever received, and want you to take it to them personally." Eric, go ahead and describe your character.
Okay. We're doing names?
Yep.
So my name is Asher Martell. I wrote about what he looks like. I don't remember what he looks like, so I will read what he looks like.
Yeah, that works.
I can find where I put where he looks like. So Asher is a tall boy. He is 6'4", much taller than his father, who is only like 5'6". He's a person that has arms. Let's see here. He's a large, bulky boy with tall, lean muscles throughout his body. Heavy lifting and manual tasks that he performed growing up really sculpted his body. His face it looks to be sculpted out of stone by a talented artist. His features are delicate for a man with high cheekbones, a slightly upturned nose, and full symmetrical lips that always seem to be pursed. His deep brown eyes are dark and wide, with eyelashes that lay upon his cheeks. His jaw is square and prominent, that is covered in a slight beard peach fuzz because he's only 18.
He sounds like a Disney prince.
He's beautiful.
Okay, good.
I legit looked up, what is handsome? And then wrote down, because he's very handsome. Also looked in a mirror. No, I'm not. And so yes, slight, kind of just slight beard. His skin is a little bit darker than his father's, who's like pretty white, but his is like slightly darker. His hair is curly and wavy, covers his head. It's like ash white. It's like almost silver, and is wearing a hat. And he kind of is always like fussing with his hat and pulling his hat down. And like it's like Justin Bieber, like his hair is always in his face, so he's always like pushing it down and pulling his hat back on. His eyes are dark brown with
just hot boy things.
Yeah, hot boy. Yeah, just hot boy summer. His eyes are dark brown with flecks of honey. Boo boo boo. The things you don't need to know yet. He is working in the forge with his father. So when he's working there, he's usually just wearing like a leather apron and like sometimes a loose tunic, depending on the heat. If not, he's just like full on like muscle man.
Yes.
And then like we'll have like goggles on his head. On his left arm, on his forearm, you would see a large tattoo, and it's a long sword, and then the hilt of the sword is a tree. And I have a picture of that, so I'll send you that, guys. And then on his like upper right arm is a actual brand, and if you look closely, it's the shape of like an anvil, and it looks like someone has like recently branded him. And that is Asher Martell.
Your father comes in and he goes under the counter and takes out, some keys that he has on him, and he unlocks this trunk where he keeps probably the most special weapons that he makes. And you see him open the trunk, and he takes out this long sword. And you've not seen this long sword before, so you wonder when he might have made it. But at that point, you also see that the longsword has what we in this particular world will call materia slots, which materia in this world actually constitute for armor enchantments, weapon enchantments, that kind of thing. So instead of a weapon being enchanted, a number of slots that can hold the materia are put onto a weapon, and enchantments can be swapped in and out by experts in the materia field. And people who can make materia are pretty rare. And materia is hard and expensive to come by. So when he pulls this out and you see the sword, he kind of pulls the cloth off slowly, and there's a layer of dust on it. The blade looks like he might have made it with some kind of cobalt material, because it is a blue blade, and it has a number of runes etched in on it. That are... What language do you speak?
Do I I think I chose Elvish and Sylvan.
Yes, so they are in Sylvan.
Okay.
And the blade itself is called the Blue Wind. And you see that the two slots that are at the base of the blade have materia in them.
There's 2 slots in there full.
Mm-hmm. So you know this is a special weapon because you know who made this materia. This materia has been around for a long time since you were a child.
Okay. Who I think made it?
Mm-hmm. You know who made this materia.
Okay. Like recently, but like
not recently,
but like within my lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And he kind of looks up at you with like, this man is stoic, obviously like any smith, but when he finally pulls the cloth back far enough to see the materia, you see him about to well up and cry, and he immediately wraps the blade back up again in this fine satin and ties it up.
Is he just holding it?
Yeah, he is holding it out to you, and he says, "This is to be delivered to the church. There is, this is for the Grand Maester. He has specifically requested it."
You'd probably look at him and say, "Why are we giving this to him now? Why is he requesting it?"
And again, it looks like he's about to well up, and he says, "It was an agreement between your mother and him."
I didn't even know she knew him.
I didn't either, but there was a scroll that came just today with orders, and
You're just going to give him something that she made, just like that? We don't have many pieces of her left, and you're giving this sword away that you kept secret from me?
he like puts a hand up, and he like very shakily like reaches into his apron, and he hands you a small rolled up piece of parchment.
Okay.
And it's tied with a small piece of blue ribbon. And it says, "Go on, read it."
Read it.
It's a familiar hand script. It's definitely your mother's.
Okay.
And she says in this particular letter, "I know that it is hard to accept me being gone, but this is the road that you must follow to follow me. And that is it." And it's signed with your mother's name.
How long have you had this? Why are you telling me this now?
And he says, "I have not read the letter. I was told."
Or you're just giving it today?
Okay. Yep. And he's like, "Yeah, I came with the orders," and he shows you the other scroll. And it has the official seal of the church on it. It is New Vellum. It has the official seal on it, the official ribbon, everything. And it has your mother's signature and the Grand Maester's signature at the bottom as an agreement for this particular blade. And he says, I knew about the blade, but I kept it because it was part of her. But she has a plan for it, I'm going to say, known to the Grand Maester and her.
And we're just going to give this up?
I mean, it was her will.
I guess I'll do it for her.
Good. And he, like, wipes his face, but, like, he's got soot on his arms and everything, so he's basically just wiping black smears over his face. And he kind of hands you the blade and then pats you on the shoulder, that firm hand with, and he has dragon skin gloves, like, on his hands, and he, like, pats you pretty hard on the shoulder, and he says, "Now, take it straight away there and find out what all this nonsense is about. Come right back."
Okay, I'll be quick.
Alright. So he hands you the blade. You step outside, there's some kind of commotion going on, like, in front of the shop. And, like, there is, like, a number of, like, small children trying to move about the people that you see. Obviously, you're pretty familiar with, thieves in the city.
Yeah.
You're familiar with it. You know how to avoid them. But you see, this large Hrothgar in the middle of the city, and this male in some kind of cloak with a hood over, and this green-skinned horned individual standing there, like, trying to move through and, like, chase the kids, and then there's also a cart with a chocobo being pulled, trying to chase it as well, and they're, like, in front of your store, like, causing this giant commotion.
Kids these days.
We're gonna skip over to another individual who is in this neck of the woods.
Bad time to be in the town area. Because we're here causing chaos.
So, you were perusing some textbooks on some potions and other alchemical regions, where to find them, that sort of thing. There's really only one store that's got the materials that you need, and it's in a part of this town that you only visit if you were making house calls, not the sort of thing that you would normally do. But you are there searching for a couple of books, and you know the patrons well enough that they generally know what you're after, and they point you in the right direction. You pick out a couple of the books there and make your way to the counter. And why don't you go ahead and describe your character?
Okay. So my character is actually well known by the name of Marquise. He is sort of famous, not by choice necessarily. You might have seen flyers around the city or even heard his name from many other towns. He is dressed head to toe in leathers. You can't see a single bit of skin on him. He does have a cloak with a hood, and his most distinguishing feature is he's actually wearing a plague mask. All of the leathers that he's wearing, dark browns, they look as if they're very well worn, but not damaged or necessarily needing to be replaced.
Well loved.
Yes.
So you step into the city streets at this time, and right in front of you is this commotion that I have previously described, as you see a number of children like being chased by a few individuals in the streets, but also a couple in chocobo-drawn carts, and they are causing quite a commotion in the city square.
Just another day in the city, I guess.
Thanks for tuning in to Campaigns of the Plains channel. Catch new material every Friday on YouTube, and make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Now, on with the show.
What are the two of yours passive perception?
Oh, mine's shit.
14.
14?
Not that good.
So you see, as a number of these children are making their way through, they have most of your attention, especially yours, as you're just like, there's shit going on. But then, what is your passive perception?
That's like 11.
11?
Yeah, it's bad.
So you feel a small bump, and you know that's not good. As you see a bunch of them run in front of you as you're trying to like cling to this blade to keep it safe here. You see one try to snatch a pocket off of you, but don't quite manage to get it as you kind of step back into the throng of people. But you get kind of carried up and pushed along with the crowd as part of this. So you're now kind of getting pushed along like towards the three people. And the cart that's coming after them, as they're all like, "Stop those kids!"
I don't like this.
You're being forced into a situation. You also see in the cart as this very tiny, very angry Gria female is standing up in the cart, being like, "Get the fuck back here!"
I'm going to have a case by the end of the day.
You see me, I make eye contact with you probably, and I'm like, with my holding my ears, I look terrified. And I'm like, Like, it's almost like a pleading, like, help me kind of look to anyone who she can make eye contact with.
I'm excited. I'm also angry excited.
You're angry excited. Got an angry boner. So, yeah, I mean...
I'm just along for the ride in a panic.
Yeah. Anybody want to do anything? These kids are out in front of you, probably by about 15, 20 feet.
We're not moving anywhere?
No, your car just come to a stop.
I think back to something I read recently, and so I am going to cast Dancing Lights, and my dancing lights appear as like little balls of fire just circling. And so they're circling above my hand. And one of the things you can do with dancing lights is make it into vaguely the shape of a humanoid of medium size. So I'm going to send the lights ahead of the children and form this flaming man in the middle of the road to try and scare them to stop.
Go ahead and roll me an intimidation check.
Oof. That's a 11.
11?
They're children.
So they stop for a second and they're like, holy shit, there's a fireman. But no, then they just like, they're like getting pushed along and they're like, by their others and they're like, just keep going, just keep going.
Damn it.
We'll say that you gained about 5 feet because they did stop for a second.
Can I fling myself out of the cart?
Yeah,
I'm going flying. I'm going to go charge at them.
Oh, you're actually flying?
Wait, my
All
friend,
right.
wait, don't leave me!
So
Send
you jump out of the cart and you start flying towards them. They kind of look out from underneath their hoods and see you flying, and you see now as they like their eyes become really wide as you're flying over top of them. What is your movement? You're like
40.
40 feet? Yeah, you easily get in front of them, but there are probably about 8 children that are kind of cloaked and similarly running.
Are they Naruto running?
No.
That's too bad.
I want to charge into one of them.
You charge into one of them?
Yeah, me.
Alright,
wrestle
so
them.
you're just gonna try to are you trying to grab them or are you trying to just shoulder check them?
I'm going to shoulder check
You're
them.
gonna shoulder check them? Go ahead and make me an unarmed strike.
Oh, God. Like, to hit?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, no. What is that, like? It's not. It's like 4 on the die. So
4 on the die, plus what?
I don't know. What I need strength?
So it's an unarmed attack. So your unarmed attack, you're not proficient, right? In unarmed attack.
Everyone is proficient in unarmed attack.
Are they? So your proficiency plus your strength.
8.
8? This is a kid. You're an adult. You definitely check the first kid, and he just flies up off his feet and goes sprawling on his ass, and he hits the concrete, and there's a little bit of a thud, and he just
I'm gonna kill a kid. Nice.
So, Marquise, you see this gorilla flies in front of this kid and knocks him down. He is unconscious and might quite possibly be bleeding.
Do I see the kid that has my horn?
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
You know, these kids are probably bigger than me.
Natural 20!
Oh, shit.
So
that's a 25.
25. Jesus. There are probably, I will not say that you identify the one that's carrying, because none of them are carrying anything. They've probably stowed it away.
Mm-hmm.
But you catch a number of glimpses of something, because your father's horn was red. You catch a number of glimpses of red things underneath 2 of their clothes. So you singled out 2 of the kids.
I would like to catch up with the child.
Okay, so you jump out of the cart. What's your movement?
30.
30? Yeah, you managed to
Can I
catch
just,
up with one of the back ones.
Grab one by the back of the scruff?
So you're trying to do a grapple?
Yeah.
Alright, so it's contested, we'll do contested athletics.
Okay.
She's not going to be stronger than a child.
It's a 10.
Yeah, that definitely beats an 8, so...
Just grab them.
You grab them on the back of their tattered cloak there and, pick them up off the ground a little bit.
And I take whatever's in there out.
Roll me a d20. We'll say if it's below 10, it's not the right kid.
It's a 9.
It's a 9. So you reach in for something red, and you actually pull out like this parchment roll, and it has like this red ribbon coming out of it and a red seal.
Stealing isn't nice. It's very impolite.
And he's like trying to kick at you, and he's like, "Let me go!
Which one of you has my horn?
I don't know anything about any horn."
What was the other kid that had the horn?
You see him like running off in the distance.
I just set this kid back down, and I pat him on the head.
And he like takes off.
Go out. I put the scroll in my pocket, and then I take off after the other kid.
All right. Anybody else doing anything?
I at least tried to like scoop the kid that got fucking wrecked onto the cart that somehow I ended up in.
You're not in the cart. You're in the throng of people that are like closing in now. And
well, if I'm close enough to it, I'll at least toss him into the cart because that's probably easier.
Okay, so you go over to this weird female who's like standing over this child, like, yeah, get some, and you like pick up the child, and like this masked man comes over and like picks up the child and like starts like taking off towards your guys' cart with him.
Ma'am, could you please not kill anyone else in my city?
I don't give a shit. I'll go for the next kid that's next. If there's another kid next to me,
we'll give it a second. Anybody else doing anything? Matt and
good. So what I was gonna do is at the same time that Elspeth. It sounds like Elspeth. Elspeth.
You can call me Ellie.
Ellie. Okay. Oh, I will write that down. As Ellie was doing her thing, I wanted to do a minor illusion and project my voice like in front of them. So I wanted to do like a super loud lion roar to try and scare them like away from where they're running and back towards us, just to like scare the shit out of them.
Seeing as how what happened with the Greer girl, like checking this one, they're already a little afraid of what you guys might do. So go ahead and as you project this booming lion's roar voice, go ahead and give me an intimidation check with advantage.
Oh, I will get another D20 out.
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't roll very well, but it's still +5. So that is 12.
12? So a couple of them do scare back towards you, but there are probably like 3 that are still booking past the Greer girl.
Would these be considered hostile creatures?
Would you consider them hostile creatures?
I mean, they haven't done anything to me, and I mean, I don't know if they saw me cast the fireman earlier, so I mean, I could just be another person in the crowd, but
I mean, they are definitely not attacking anybody, so they're not giving off hostile.
Okay. I want to cast Friends on the last kid that is running away.
Is that a touch spell though?
Range of self. So I cast it on myself, but I pick a person to effect with it.
Oh, okay.
So for the duration, you have advantage on all charisma checks directed at one creature of your choice that isn't hostile towards you. When the spell ends, the creature realizes that you used magic to influence its mood and becomes hostile towards you. A creature prone to violence might attack you. Another creature might seek retribution in other ways by your discretion. So what I want to do is cast Friends on the last kid and yell, "Hey, kid, grab your friend and stop."
So go ahead and roll me a charisma check then. You have advantage.
Yep. Probably persuasion, or what do you think? Or is it just straight? Because
it just says all charisma checks.
Yeah, I have advantage on charisma checks.
So yeah, go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
Okay. Ooh, okay. That is going to be a 23.
23. So the kid does stop, but he looks at his friend and he kind of wonders why he would do that, because maybe they're not friends. You don't know.
Oh. Okay. Well, okay.
But he's looking around like he wants to bolt, like a deer in headlights, so...
Right. Okay, back on.
Would you like to do anything?
Yeah, am I able to like run up to the head of the pack and I want to like leg sweep one of the kids, like just like knock them over?
Go ahead and make me a perception check real quick, just as part of Elspeth's previous action.
What did you do?
I sat a kid back down and tapped him on the head after I took his thing.
There's something else that you did.
That'd be a 20.
20? So you see a very familiar piece of parchment with, sorry, I said red earlier, but I meant blue. Blue ribbon, like, around it as she, like looks at it, like, holds it up for a second, like, looks at it, and, like, puts it in her pouch.
Oh, that's my thing?
Yeah, it's the one that your mom had, left you, so, you know this woman has it, so I don't know if that affects your choice of action this turn.
I still feel like I'm annoyed by these children running through my shop. Like,
sure.
So,
Join me.
right? I just want to like knock them. I just want to run up and like leg sweep one.
Okay.
Just so they like
Oh, yeah.
fall over.
Okay,
Just
so
to like trip them.
all right. Go ahead and make me an unarmed strike.
Man, our first fight against kids.
I have not fought a child.
It would
I was
only be
very
an
friendly.
8.
That's their children.
Oh, okay.
So
Good.
yeah, I mean, you sweep this kid's leg out, and Marquise, you see as another kid gets like smacked onto the ground. What's the damage?
Oh, damage.
Yeah,
I think it's just 5.
5.
Like 5.
Yeah, this kid's
I killed a kid.
This kid like smacks on the ground too, and you see another kid go down. Marquise.
We're winning.
There's only about 2 kids now running. Like
I'm walking towards one of them.
they're running.
I'm running towards one of them.
Okay. What are you doing, Marquise, as you set this one in the cart?
I guess I'll grab the other one. I want to actually check both of them to make sure that they're alive, or if I need to maybe try and intervene.
We'll do it as a single medicine check, so go ahead and roll medicine for me.
It's fine. 15.
Oh, yeah. They're still breathing, but you get the feeling like if they don't get some kind of medical attention soon, that they could probably have some brain damage.
Okay. This isn't something that I could just, like...
You could probably stabilize them with that same medical check.
Could I? Yeah, I'll at least stabilize them.
Alright. Yeah, easy enough for you. You're definitely trained in the arts to stabilize them as you...
I guess I didn't explain this earlier. The reason why Marquise is famous is he's actually a well-known investigator, particularly in deaths.
Well, there's not much investigation required here.
Well,
I did it.
yeah, it definitely would have been easy for me.
You say that you are running up to
the other kid with the red flash
Okay.
that you said.
So what are you doing with this kid?
I'll try to grab this one kid too.
Okay, so contested athletics.
Okay. Oh, it's an 18 on the die. 21?
So this kid rolled a 19 on the die and got a 22. He
Bastard.
squirms out of your grip, and go ahead and make me a perception check.
23.
So this kid that you're pretty sure had the horn, he also has a couple of other items on him as well. He has one scroll that is sealed with a wax seal, and looks very, very royal. And you also see that he has a small blue... Oh, would you have seen one of these before? Go ahead and make me a history check real quick.
Natural 20. So 21.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, you've not seen them often, but you have seen people that have come to your small temple that have had them. He has a small blue materia in his pockets.
Bonus action.
Okay.
I see a rock on the ground, and I stop running and I pick it up because I'm like, oh, this is a nice rock.
Oh no.
And then I use magic stone and flick it at him.
Go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
You get a headshot. He's a child, so that's a 12?
A 12? This kid is actually wearing a little bit of what I would call homemade armor. He has, a pan on his head, and he has, a hot plate, strapped to his chest with some twine. So, your stone, it flicks off the pan on his head, but it doesn't seem to slow him at all.
Fenidin! That one! Oh, charging.
He is going to attempt to try to hide into the crowd here. With a natural 20.
Oh.
For a total of 23. So.
Did I get a good look at what that kid looked like?
Go ahead and... What's your passive perception?
15.
Oh, yeah. So, he, this is a race that you have not seen before. This child, is a Nezumi youth, so he is brat folk.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, he just seems to have completely disappeared into the crowd. There's another child that is running off in the distance, though.
I'm going after the garbage kid. I say fuck them all.
Okay. There's still one more. Yeah, go ahead. Are you still flying? You're flying?
I don't think... No. Can I run to him? Charge at him again?
Oh,
Shoulder
yeah.
check?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and make me an unarmed check again. Or unarmed strike again.
19.
Oh my god.
He's running away, and you manage to, run right behind him and, shoulder check him like a freaking hockey pro. What is your damage? So it should be your strength plus your proficiency, I believe.
That's 4.
So yeah, it's enough to knock him down, but not enough to make him unconscious. So he is on the ground, looking back at you, you hurt me.
Oh, I'm hissing at him.
Fenidin?
Dirt hisses at him too.
I don't think that killing children is appropriate.
He's still alive.
Oh.
Unless he's weak.
All of a sudden, you guys all hear from around you. You hear this shrill whistling sound, and you see a number of people in armor start to encircle you.
Perfect! I was just getting ready to suggest we call a guard.
This isn't just the guard.
Oh.
You look at the cloaks, or the capes that are hanging off of most of them, the symbols painted on their armor. These are the Guardians. This is the elite force.
I walk up to one, boldly.
And they all level their spears on their shields at you guys.
Hello, it's a pleasure.
Halt! Lay down your weapons.
I have a book.
And, they're all, circled around all of you guys at this point in time, telling you to lay down your weapons.
I'd like to file a report for stolen items.
The Hrothgar male that was with you finally had caught up, but now he's encircled too, and he's just
I look around at everyone holding their hands up, and I go,
Except for me.
Yeah.
I'm not phased. I don't know what's going on. I feel like they've come to help me.
Yeah, no, they're pointing their spears at you.
I mean, it's fine. I am not offended.
Hey boys, not on the first date.
And you see now, as accompanied along with many of the guardians of the city, there are a couple of clergy with them too. One of them is a summoner. She is probably about 5'8". She has this long white hair that's pulled back into kind of a tight braid, military style. She's wearing this circlet with a moonstone in the middle of it, and you see as she, like, takes 2 fingers and she whistles. And you see now as the ground underneath you, in between all of you, like, slowly starts to kind of roil in one kind of 5-foot circle, and it starts to roil up, and then you see this figure, like, this small, well, not small, but you see this figure, like, pull itself up out of the ground, and this is the first time some of you have seen a summon egg.
I know what it is, right?
You do know what it is.
Is it Titan?
It is
Oh,
Titan.
I get very excited, and I go, oh, Titan! Oh, he's one of my favorites.
And she looks at all of you and says, "You're all under arrest for questioning."
For what?
Wait, I'm confused. We were stolen from.
And she says, "We have questions for you all."
I'll flag her down. Ma'am, I've got 2 over here. If you can send a constable to take them into the infirmary.
And she, like, motions to one of the other clergy that is with them. You see this particular one is wearing a completely white robe with these red triangles on them, just along the borders there, and he comes over and he pulls back his hood, and you see he has these tiny little, like, deer-style horns coming from the sides of his head, and he has this whitish hair, and he, like, starts to heal these children. But as soon as he does, and they kind of, like, come around, you see them immediately get shackled by the guardians.
Or you can do it here, that works too.
They're not the ones who stole from me.
As you point out, they put, like, shackles on your hands as well, and everybody
Don't
else.
much care for metal.
That's too bad. Lest you
Insulting.
would.
The one that stole from me was a little rat child. He was wearing a pot on his head.
She just kind of, like, rolls her eyes, and she's like, "We'll get the questions."
Okay, but he took my horn. It's very important to me.
This is unfair.
Quiet. Otherwise, I'll have Titan here jail you.
Oh, you don't want that. Titan is fierce.
Okay.
So, within this world, summoners have the ability to summon these creatures, and do their bidding basically based off of their training. But each summon is a little bit different, based on how the person perceives the summon. So this particular one, this particular Titan, if you will, it looks like a very well built individual with this short white hair, and you see he looks more humanoid than the one that you had seen your father summon before.
My father's Titan had a flower crown. I made it for him.
That's nice.
Thank you. What's your name? I'm still shackled. I'm just being very polite.
And she just kind of rolls her eyes and says, she whistles down a couple of carts and she says, "Everybody, in the carts for questioning."
What are we being questioned about? Did you do something wrong?
Probably.
Oh dear.
Including you, Inspector.
Oh.
Okay.
Asher, they take the sword off of you, and since it is a weapon, and they say it's to be confiscated until after questioning.
I would probably tell him it's for the
Grandmaster?
Maester. She has the letter.
I what?
That thing that the kid stole.
The kid stole something?
You thought-
What?
You found on the kid.
I found something on the kid?
Yeah.
Did I?
She? Oh, I don't like that.
She forgot already.
No, it's the scroll. The scroll you found.
Oh! Oh goodness, with the beautiful hair bow. This one?
Yeah. And I would, like, in shackles, like, motion to the guy, like, read that.
He takes it, and you see that it's just the letter that your mother had given you.
Oh, I thought it was, like, the instructions.
No, that one is gone, as you were like, oh, maybe it's with, oh, shit.
Is that the right letter?
Yeah.
Maybe I stole one. Maybe I got another letter from the kid. I start, like, with the shackles, like, digging in my pockets. Oh no, that's just rations.
Stop reaching.
Are you hungry?
I'm good, thank you, though.
Okay. You're beautiful. You have a lovely face. Has anyone ever told you that?
I don't think now is the time.
All 6 of you get put into a cart and wheeled to
Goodbye,
the
Mr.
south
Chocobo!
gate. Oh no, there are 2 chocobos now. Pulling you in
Now
this
there's 2 chocobos!
Are they yellow or are they different colors?
The Guardians actually have white chocobos.
Oh.
And they have very special writings and trims.
I tried to pet one on the way into the...
You're at the back of the cart.
Aww. I go up to the front of the cart and try to...
You can't reach them from here.
I want to pet the chocobo.
We'll go later.
Okay.
I'll find him.
You
Thanks,
see now as one of the kids, nuts one of the Guardians, kicks one of the Guardians, right in the crotch and, starts to try to run off into the distance. And you see the woman with the white hair, whistle again, and the Aggie that she had summoned, floats towards the kid and with its hand outstretched goes like this. And you see this wall of earth mold up around him and encapsulate him.
With my hands chained, I just love to watch them work.
You are all insane.
It literally starts to roll back towards her, it forms itself into a ball and starts to, roll, and then it, dumps the kid out in front of the woman with the white hair, and she, grabs the kid by the scruff of the neck and throws him into a different cart.
Street kids.
I think that you did that to the child, and we've gotten arrested now.
Deserved it?
So, you guys are all in the same cart, all 6 of you. And you are now being wheeled off, we shall say, to the closer to the Sun Gates entrance.
I look at Becky. I just love staring. I have no social graces. I'm staring at Becky. I don't say anything for a long time. I'm just looking at you.
Hi.
Oh, hello. You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you, gorgeous. Are you naive or are you just ironic?
What?
I can't hear you. This is Travis speaking.
What did you say? What? Am I naive?
Oh. We heard. Oh my god. You're so cute. I love you. I think we're best friends now.
Oh. Oh, well, I've only ever had one friend. 2 friends.
Yeah?
2 friends now. 3 friends. Well.
Oh, be careful who you cast your lot with.
Well, I've been arrested with all of you, so we are all the same lot now.
Yeah, why are we arrested again?
I think Fenedin punched a child.
I did not attack children. I convinced them to stop.
I'm confused why we're being arrested as well. They stole from us. Well, they stole from me. I really appreciate all of you helping, but...
They stole from me as well.
Oh. Did they steal from you?
No.
Why are you here then?
Yeah, why are you here? Also,
I was in the area. This is standard procedure.
What's with the...
The math. She means the math.
I don't know. I've just always had it.
Is that your face?
No.
Oh my goodness, I feel so rude. Is that your face?
It's... Are you... You don't travel much, do you?
I'm traveling now.
Uh-huh. First time, okay.
I mean, really, if you think about it, it's been at least 3 or 4 times because we've been traveling for a number of days.
Don't think that's how that works.
Why wouldn't it be? Every day
You
is
were
a
going
new
to
day.
the same location?
And every day is a new day of travel.
All 4
And
days?
I change new locations every day. There are no woods here. There were woods before.
Were you always going here?
I believe so.
I think that counts as one then.
Well,
Sorry.
are you from this city? Are you both from this city?
I am, yeah.
Are there
Yes.
bears here? My
Good
friend
question.
would like to wrestle a bear.
It's an important question.
She has a snake. I don't think that she's wrestled that, but she would like to wrestle a bear.
I did wrestle a snake.
That one?
Yeah. Took it by his tail. Gotta whip that thing.
That's how you kill them.
No, that's how you take them.
Oh,
What have we... What
I've been
Have
doing it
we
all
gotten
wrong.
ourselves
I
wrapped
usually
up
sing
into?
to them.
Technically,
I'm not
I'm
sure
doing it
what
wrong,
these
but it
ladies
works.
Oh,
crazy.
okay.
Oh my god.
So
While
there's
everyone's talking, I
there's
want
not
to try
bears?
and just undo the shackles.
Are you
I
just,
have thieves' tools apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check.
Is there people in the cart with us? Is it all of us? Is it like a paddy wagon?
Natural
Or all-
20 for a 22.
So yeah, I mean, there's 2 guards sitting on.
That's a
on
natural
the front,
20
and then
tonight.
there
So-
are guards on chocobos like behind.
Where they
you
can
guys.
they can see. There's a guy guards watching us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Where are they taking us? Do you know?
So yeah, you managed to unshackle yourself very.
I toss
indisputable.
him back to the guardian.
Sitting in front.
Yeah. Whichever one.
That'd be the closest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You toss him up to the guardian. The guardian looks back and is like,
Thanks, I don't need these. I'm coming with willingly.
"Fine, whatever."
Where are we going? No one's answered me. Where are we going? I hope it's the church. I need to go there anyway.
You look. Everybody that's from the city. Well, the 2 of you. You like look to the west and see the church spires, and then like you look like at her, and you guys are traveling southeast, and you're like,
Yeah, that's not where we're going. That's
It's back there.
yeah, just like a gesture
Oh, where are we going?
that way.
They're taking us in for questioning. They explained that when they rounded us up.
Well, yes, but lots of places are in. The church has an inside. That house over there has an inside.
I'm not sure what this is for, so I can't really tell you exactly where.
Well, you
I'm
looked
assuming it's because you attempted to murder 2 children today.
Well, it was just you. It
Upon
wasn't us.
arriving in the city,
I admit it.
you're not used to large crowds, are you?
No.
I can hear a lot of things and I don't like it. It's very loud here.
Hmm.
It's very loud.
Well, this is a bummer. I'm Becky, and who are you, gorgeous?
Oh, I'm Elspeth.
Alicia.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's great to meet you. And how about you, big, tall, and handsome over there? I look at Eric's character.
Oh, I'm Asher. Nice to meet you, Becky.
And what about you, pointy face?
Yeah, we haven't seen your real face, have we?
No. How do you... This is the weirdest day for me. It's actually nice having people who don't know who I am. The only name I know is Marquise.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Marquise, are you
Cool.
important in this town? Is that why everyone knows who you are?
Well, a lot of people have taken a liking to my investigations.
What do you investigate?
Death.
Oh.
She would have given me 2 very easy cases today.
Are they dead? Did you kill them?
No, I made sure she did not kill
Oh,
them.
good.
You're welcome.
What about you? I look at Matt's character.
As I look kind of around at all of you, and then I look at Becky for a little bit longer. I'm Milos Novak. I kind of like half wave with my giant claws. I'm sure the shackles are like cutting off circulation because they're so big.
Oh, they have a pair for you. They have a pair your size.
Oh, cool. So they're not like cutting off circulation. Cool. But like I half wave. Do I have my quarterstaff just like?
No, they've taken your weapons.
Okay.
They
Cool.
take my book?
But half wave. Yeah. Nice to meet you, Ellie, right? I caught that somewhere.
It's Elspeth, although Ellie does work. My father called me Ellie.
It's a beautiful name. But I did you happen to see another scroll like the one you
Yes!
found?
I did! The child who stole my horn. He also had a scroll and a little blue, I think they're called materia.
Oh.
And something else.
Your horn?
Besides my horn. Is that it?
Horn, materia, scroll.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Well, that scroll is very important to me. I need to find that kid, whoever he is, but...
Well, I gave his description to the authorities, so I'm sure they'll catch him at any moment.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure they will.
She's new here, isn't she?
Very condescendingly shake my head and look at the rest of them.
She does not notice.
Nope. I look at Din and say, what's that little fella you got there?
Yeah. They don't have him shackled or anything, do they?
Just
floating around, just a little snake?
Yeah, he's just kind of like, I imagine he like hangs out in your leathers like when he doesn't want to fly around, so.
I imagine he just keep poking his head out, hissing at them all.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you guys.
This is Dirk.
Oh.
He's not friendly.
I think Dirk is incredibly friendly. We've bonded.
Yeah. I don't know how you did that.
Oh, animals like me.
This becomes
Animals like me!
Well, Dirk is quite adorable.
I wouldn't call him adorable, but yeah.
I love him. I think he needs a little hat.
I think so too.
Dirk hisses.
Even better. Now he definitely needs one.
Do you know of any hat shops for animals in town?
I do believe there's the littlest pet shop over there.
Oh, perfect! Oh, we're going to prison. I've never been to prison.
Marquise, you know you're not going to prison. You're just going to a questioning area.
I hope they don't keep us long. I am on a very important mission.
Oh, I think you'll be there for a very long time.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. You're only going in for questioning.
Oh.
Just answer their questions.
Do they have lunch?
Truthfully.
I haven't ate yet.
What?
What?
You're asking if they have lunch?
Yeah, we haven't eaten yet.
It's not... This isn't... How do you handle law in wherever you're from?
Oh, I'm not really sure.
I'm not sure what that means.
It just works.
Sounds like they serve lunch when they...
Apparently.
There aren't many crimes in the forest.
Well, that sounds lovely.
Well, that's not true. It's hard to find criminals in the forest.
So, are you admitting to being a criminal? Is that? I don't think you should be open about that.
I'm just
kind
telling
of thing.
you what I.
I mean, you should tell the truth, but you shouldn't just outright say, "Oh, yes, I'm
I'm not.
the breaking of
I've
laws."
never killed anyone in my life. I'm just.
There are more things
stating,
than murder that are crimes.
She looks really concerned. Like she's looking at you.
You're giving her a panic attack.
She's looking really concerned. You see her thinking really hard about things, and she's like, "Oh no."
What have you done since you've been here?
Oh, nothing.
Other than try to find the circus. By the way, was that in town? Do you know?
I don't think they're in town anymore. That was a few weeks ago.
You're saying there's no bears here. Yeah?
There's no point in me being here. Why are you here?
I do think there's a bear bar, though. It's around the corner from the littlest pet shop. It's called the Cubby Hole.
Oh, shit.
There are bears there?
Cannon.
There are bears at a place called the Cubby Hole. We should go.
Next place.
Yes.
After
Can you direct us there?
It's around the corner. When we get out, we'll
Okay,
find
perfect.
it.
So,
It's very dark in there, though. I don't know why it's so dark.
Oh, that's all right. I can make lights.
That's the mood.
I don't know if they want that.
Oh,
We'll have to
yes,
ask
you're
first.
right. Bears are very nocturnal.
Yeah.
It's true.
They like the nightlife. They like to boogie.
So, you guys are pulled into a barracks-looking area through a small gate, and you're all told to dismount. And taken inside, and you're all put in the same. It's not a cell. It's a table with chairs. You're not. They take the shackles off of you immediately.
Thank you.
Sure.
You have very soft hands.
Right.
She gave you a compliment. Compliment her back.
I like you as my hype guy.
Like your ears.
I like your ears.
Thank you, I grew them myself. Everyone is complimenting my ears
I
today.
might need to show this about like your ears.
Your ears. Oh, man.
I always thought they grew too big, too.
I'm just like a silhouette of you.
But it's a couple minutes before the woman with the white hair comes in and sits at the far side of the table, and she just kind of like rubs her brow a little bit as she sits down, and she says,
I know a good herbal remedy for headaches.
What looked like a small, like, teenage boy that you had seen with the horns, he comes in and he starts casting a spell. You can see he's not hiding it. And the woman says, now, we just need the truth, please. Why were you assaulting the children in the streets?
It was fun. Well, you see, we were traveling, and we were on our way to the church. Well, really, we weren't going to the church. I wanted to go to the, what's it called?
Foreplane?
The foreplane first. And then we met this amazing, I talk about I give her the whole story, and
She turns towards you, Marquise, and she's like, why were they assaulting children in the streets?
and then they took my summoner horn, and I needed to get it back. I was going to ask them
You're a summoner?
politely, but then my friend, well, she's a little bit more aggressive than me, and she just, like, decked him in the face.
Okay.
But he wasn't the one who had my horn, and then I politely picked another one up and took what was in his pocket, which also was not my horn. I sat him down and pat him on the head and sent him on his way, of course. But that didn't belong to me either. I gave it back to its rightful owner. Like I said, the little rat child with the pot on his head. I think he also had a materia and a really official-looking document with a fancy, like, I described the seal.
And Milos, you immediately recognize as she describes the seal.
Did it look like this? And I'm going to try and do like minor image to make it look like the scroll and like the seal and everything.
That's exactly it, yes. But he got away. I don't know why you hit the other child. I told you which child was the right one, and then you went and punched the other kid. Did you? Yeah. Okay, he's there.
Listen, while you're in my city, unless you're in the fighting pits, you don't punch anyone. Especially not children.
That seems fair. Do you want to go to the fighting pits? Maybe they have a bear. Do they have bears?
I don't know.
They might have bears in the fighting pit.
And she just kind of like rolls her eyes, and then she looks at the two of you and she says, and please, for the love of the faith, keep your spells to yourself while you're in town.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh, there they are.
Oh, we just lost Matt.
yeah. No, they just were. They
What?
didn't have their. They must have been muted.
We lost
already.
you for a second.
Oh, okay.
I just said, okay.
And she looks at the rest of you and says, we will try to get everything back. We know the boy and his small gang, so you are welcome to stay here, and we will serve your refreshments here momentarily.
Oh, this is...
I look at you.
They do have food.
Okay, you lucked out this time.
It's just very important that I get my home back.
You're a summoner.
Mhm.
And she says, I don't recognize you.
I'm not from here. I came from the forest.
Why didn't you use your summon to catch the boys?
I just told her not to use magic. I don't condone violence.
Fair enough. And she says, we will try to have you to the church in no time. That's where you should go.
That's where I was going. And I got robbed. Well, actually, it's the second stop. But, you know.
And she kind of whistles at the door, and they bring in all of your guys' weapons and equipment again. When the sword is laid in front of you, you see that one of your materials is missing.
Was it blue?
Yeah, would I recognize that it's that one?
That's a really nice sword.
Thanks, my dad made this.
And she stands up and she says, "Just wait here. Sure we can find your items again."
I just pick up a finger sandwich and then pull the meat out of it and then start eating it. I give the meat to Dirk.
They don't serve you sandwiches so much as they serve you like stew.
Oh, I pick all of the beef chunk out of the stew.
Sure, it's beef.
And I just, all the meat chunk, and then I put it on a little napkin for Dirk.
Dirk very hungrily snaps up the pieces.
Damn, we are going to be best friends.
So that is where we will end this episode.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun dun dun!